Hi, I'm Danya,
And I'm Shaheen.
and you're listening to or watching
Reality Woo Woo.
It's Not Something to Believe in.
It's something to talk about.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about the astrology of Marvel superheroes. And I mean, I might throw in a villain or two because,
Why not?
why not? That's that's what makes it interesting. Although, we did our Disney episodes and, I talked about how modern movies don't really have it's like with the Marvel movies, I don't really remember any of the villains except
They're
for
all
like,
kind of the same. Oh, you mean the
yeah,
villains?
it's their aliens that they have to defeat,
Yeah.
right? That's always
Right.
the problem.
They're big.
Yeah, they all just kind of blend together. So there's really a lot of excitement.
Thanos is like the only villain that comes to mind.
Thanos is the only one, right? And then the
I
other,
literally can't think of other villains.
I
That's
have
so
Loki,
strange.
but is Loki a
But
hero
he's
or a villain?
kind of like an
you know?
anti-hero.
Yeah,
and
he is.
He's like an anti-hero villain guy.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly.
mischievous.
Yeah, he's fun. Loki's fun to have around. So
Yeah.
I have him thrown in there. But yeah, Thanos is like the only one that kind of stands out, kind of matters.
He's the only
So
one. Yeah. I mean,
Well-
in the the live action, of course, and in the comic books, other villains and creatures and things come to mind.
yeah. Did you read the comics growing up?
I collected some of the comics. I didn't read the
Wow.
comics, but I collected them because I love the artwork, and I was obsessed with fan art. Before there was like Pinterest or anything like that, I would go online and like search fan art forums and like print out people's like drawings of the characters. And yeah, I have like random books like X-Men encyclopedia,
That's
stuff
so
like that. And I watch the
cool.
cartoon on Saturdays.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of superheroes. They like are a big inspiration in my
They're
art.
very inspiring. Yeah, I definitely grew up. I didn't like. It's so interesting. I feel like Marvel, like I grew up with Marvel. Like a lot of pivotal things in my life have happened as the like Avengers movies came out. Like when I broke up
interesting.
with my college boyfriend, we broke up on Cinco de Mayo, like the year after I graduated from college. But we had tickets to see the first Avengers movies in theater. And although we had broken up, I was like, I'd still like to see this movie in IMAX.
Yeah.
So we went to this movie together, broken up, and like that was the first one.
It's really funny.
It is like that's what I'm saying. It like bookends memories of my
Yeah.
life. And then when Endgame came out, I was
I
living in
cannot
San.
imagine going to a movie with any of my exes after we break up.
Oh, I'm very like amicable because
nice
it's
of
usually
you.
my idea, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not in pain.
You're like, well, I bought these tickets, so
Yeah, so we're going. Then when Endgame came out, I had just moved back from San Francisco. Like I had just was moving back to LA. So I don't know. I feel like, and then we just saw The Last Guardians on Mother's Day. Without, my stepfather passed away. It's interesting, like the course of time and these films and the role that they've played in our lives. I don't think I knew any of these superheroes growing up. I didn't read the comics. I don't remember seeing the cartoons. Like X-Men was pretty prominent. I watched the
X-Men was
Justice
my
League.
favorite. Justice
Yeah.
League. Is that DC though?
DC, that's
But same
DC. Yeah, I feel like I watched those cartoons, but I was not familiar with like Thor or, Iron Man. Like I didn't know who those characters were, I think, until I was an adult.
That's funny because when the X-Men movies, the live action ones came out, I was really interested and I loved them. But
Yeah.
that was like, even though they kind of count as like pre-discovery on this Marvel
The Last
universe.
Stand or the New
Right.
Class, like those are
Right,
good
those are
movies.
Cool. Those
yeah,
are cool,
they're not bad.
But the first ones with like Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry and Famke Janssen, they were like kind of random.
Yeah, they were
when you look back
trying.
on 'em. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they set the tone for like realism in superheroes, and I like that they took it away from real. They put them in like black leather to be all cool.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I like the costumes. I like the colors. I want the
Yeah.
vibrancy. I want the
the
extravagance.
soundtracks, the quippiness, the jokes.
Yeah.
I want it. And that's
It's a formula.
it's a formula. That's what they've done so well with these movies. Is like they've made them appeal to the masses truly in every way, shape, or form. Like you didn't need to know who Thor was find
To
Chris
love him.
Hemsworth attractive,
Yeah.
and then serious, but then became funny over time. Like they rewrote
Yeah.
that character. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I think there's layers to every character too. It's interesting how they do that.
Yeah, they evolve. There's definitely an arc for some of them, some of them not
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Okay, well you have your list there, and
I got the list.
let's chit chat, and then we'll check in with our assistant periodically
Yeah.
to
So
see.
the first one on the list, we have descriptions here. We'll read the descriptions, guess, and then you confirm with ChatGPT.
Yeah, confirm
Man.
or we'll debate ChatGPT, like
Or
you
debate,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man, a billionaire genius inventor. He created a powerful suit with armor that grants him enhanced strength, flight, various weapons. He's the founding member of the Avengers. He's known for his witty personality, charismatic charm, and his growth from a self-centered playboy to a selfless hero.
There is an arc there.
There is an arc there. Tony Stark sacrificed himself to save the universe in a battle against Thanos.
Don't make me cry. I'll start to think of the movie.
Spoiler alerts, by the way. We should have warned people.
It's been 5 years if you
Yeah.
haven't figured out that Iron Man died. So sad.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I am Spider-Man when we talk about.
Oh, don't.
I know. Okay, so lots of words
Make my
there.
heart crumble.
Charismatic billionaire.
Lots of words there, yeah. Self-centered playboy.
Yeah. So it's interesting, right? Because we're talking about the arc. I think early on, I feel like Iron Man was like an Aries because, you know, and because he literally like shoots fire and he's very impulsive. And I feel like he makes kind of poor decisions. And I feel like I don't remember as clearly, but I remember like Iron Man 2, he's like very impulsive. He's just kind of reactive to like the villains, you know, and it's always like Pepper Potts who's like, calm down. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But then, yeah, he becomes this like a little bit of a martyr. He's a hero.
I was thinking Virgo, if that's where you're going.
Oh, that wasn't
No.
where I was going.
Where were you going with martyr?
I don't know. Like I don't have an idea yet.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to take it to Virgo because I thought that'd be so wild and out there, like unexpected. Obviously, we're expecting Aries, Leo.
He's very smart.
My
say.
instinct was Leo at first because he's all like hair and glitz.
Look at
and
me.
Look at me. But I like the idea of a Virgo because he leads from a place of like trying to help people more than anything. He takes it into like more of a selfish direction, but he eventually does it for the
male,
good of humanity.
though. We know about those male Virgos.
Exactly. That's why he's like impossible to argue with, you know?
Impossible
Like
to argue with.
they just know how to like guide society in those ways.
Yeah. I don't see Tony Stark as a Virgo.
I don't either. I take it back, but I liked exploring it. As a
The
flavor.
exploration of it is good. I could see Capricorn potentially.
Well, I don't know. He's not very dry.
No, he's I mean,
He is goal oriented.
it's
He
weird
achieves
because he's a
things.
little bit like, he is a little, you know, it's always Peter Parker going in for the hug. He is a little
Yeah.
like, no thank you.
He is a little colder.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
he does have the
I
wall
could see
up,
that, yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
well, okay, let's just kind of quickly run through.
All of the
Could he
signs.
be a Gemini? He's good with words. He's a talker.
He's a really good talker. He's great with comms. You put him in front of a camera, he shines.
Right. So he could
I
be a
could
Gemini.
see Gemini for sure. Actually, I want to go in that direction too.
You want to go with Gemini? Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that because it's not hinging on this idea of like split personality or anything. It's just like he's excellent at communicating and like he's an idea man.
He's also he's very smart, very creative. Like it's not like he's just the face of the company. He can actually build the things.
And he uses technology. He's not like psychic or anything. Like he likes tech. to help.
Yeah.
And I feel like Mercury
He's a billionaire.
and
He doesn't have a
everything- he's billionaire.
superpower, actually.
Yeah. Like
It's a
super.
He has
he's
super
like
knowledge.
super businessman.
Yeah, he's a super businessman.
Super business artist.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah. Yeah, he's Marvel's Batman, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to say I'm okay with Gemini. I'm okay with that as a guess.
Gemini. What did ChatGPT say?
Okay, so ChatGPT, our assistant guest Aries. Iron Man's determination, confidence, and innovative nature align well with the typical traits of an Aries.
I love this because we started there and took it away.
Yeah,
because that's too
like,
easy.
No.
Yeah, we're like, let's obviously ChatGPT.
I think we're right. I think we're gonna say.
I think we're gonna
Iron
continue
Man's
doing
Gemini.
this and call out what ChatGPT.
We're just gonna chastise our system.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next on our list?
Black Panther. T'Challa, also known as Black Panther, is the king
crying.
of. Yeah, I know, another cry.
There's a lot of tragedy wrapped up in all of this too.
It's a beautiful archetypes and storytellings and growth and dynamism in production. These stories.
Yeah.
He inherited the throne and mantle of the Black Panther after the death of his father. He possesses superhuman strength, agility, and senses. His suit is made of vibranium, a near indestructible metal. Skilled warrior, master strategist, symbol of African pride, intelligence, advanced technology.
Aquarius.
I was thinking that too. I was interested in that. He's and like spacey. He's like out there kind of.
He's a little not. I mean, he's a little not cold. I wouldn't describe him as cold, but he is like stern.
Distanced. Yeah.
Yeah, he's distant. But very sure of himself. Knows his values. Knows what he believes in and what the future should look like.
Major convictions for sure.
Very technologically advanced.
They literally drive spaceships around. Like they're all Aquarians.
Yeah, they're all Aquarian. I think very solidly that he's an Aquarian, but let's, what's an alternative? What else could T'Challa be?
I feel like it's air sign energy, what he's giving. When I read a suit made of vibranium, I thought Libras would love that suit. And he's all about justice.
True. Yeah. Think of the aesthetics of Wakanda.
Angela Bassett is definitely playing a Libra, at least in that movie.
Is.
Look at her crowns and her outfits.
And justice. Have I not given you everything?
In every way. Like such justice that they're like separate from the rest of the world being so lacking just natures.
Yeah, they have a whole different set of principles that none of us are rising to the occasion, truly. I'm confident with saying Aquarius, not Libra, I don't think for T'Challa, but yeah, definitely.
No, I want to lean more towards like her Angela Bassett being a Libra, but
what else?
I'm fully on board with Aquarius.
With Aquarius, okay. Let's see.
Like I felt it in my heart, and then you just said it, so yeah.
Okay, so our assistant thinks Leo. Black Panther's regal demeanor, natural leadership qualities, and a strong sense of loyalty are reminiscent of the traits associated with Leo. No, override.
I'm not convinced by that. Yeah, we gave so much more than ChatGPT did just now.
We really did. We really went all in. Okay. Who's next on our list?
Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers.
I just saw Fast and the Furious, the new one, and she's in it. Brie Larson's in it. It was good. I liked it. I mean, it was ridiculous, as they all are.
As they all are, yeah. That's what you go. That's what you pay for. Well, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, is a U.S. Air Force pilot who gained superhuman abilities after being exposed to alien technology. She possesses incredible strength, energy, projection, and the ability to fly. Captain Marvel is known for her determination, courage, leadership. She plays a crucial role in defeating Thanos and one of the most powerful superheroes in the MCU.
She is, yeah. They are, because now there's 7 of them. That's the new.
No, is that the thing?
Yeah, so the trailer played. So
Captain Marvel verse.
It's the Marvels or something. It's like plural. So it's Captain Marvel in different timelines is different people, just kind of like the Spider-Verse a little bit, but they're completely different. Like there's a young Indian girl who's like the teenage version of her, and then there's Brie Larson, and then there's another woman, I think. Anyways,
I heard something about Captain Marvel being non-binary, but I haven't looked into it more other than that.
that makes sense.
Yeah. But so what do you think? I actually feel like Aquarius fits her too because she's all alien technology.
I was kind of thinking like Pisces, which is weird.
Why?
Because I think that they've like transcended to a different realm. Like I do feel like Captain Marvel is not.
I feel that.
They're not like Earth. They're definitely not earthy. They're not connected to Earth. They're always like off in space somewhere, and but she's not cold, like not super cold. She is a little distant.
Very mutable though. I think you're pointing in the right direction. She's
mutable.
Like the character of Captain Marvel is a mutable character now, and even they started as one thing and changed into another thing because they were exposed to technology or chemicals or something.
Could she be a Cancer? Because to me there's definitely, and it might just be right. I don't know enough about the comic books, and then we haven't seen the different versions. But Captain Marvel as Brie Larson, that character, I find her very motherly. Like that's who everyone in the theater freaked out, when she showed up in Endgame, right? Because we were like, oh, we're gonna win. Like if anyone can beat Thanos, it would be Captain Marvel,
right?
And so there's that protective, motherly energy. Like everything's gonna be all right because she's there.
This makes me excited because someone later on this conversation I think is also a Cancer in a very negative opposite way, but I see this and I like this as like
the positive side of it,
because she is mother, or like at least nurturing in like a paternal way or maternal,
and just makes you feel safe and seen.
Yeah.
And we said she's a little distant, which is like parents can be distant. They're not your friend, they're your parent,
Right.
So
Yes.
I don't know. I think Cancer could be good.
Yeah.
Which, because I do feel like she not holds grudges per se, but she does like, she is going after the people who've wronged,
That's a great point too. Yeah. She's she's got goals.
She's not forgetting. She's not forgetting. She has some goals. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I do think also like a lot of like ancient cultures regard mothers as like the warrior god because there's
Mothers
no
are
one like
warriors.
a mother who can fight like a mother would for their children,
Because they've got skin in the game.
Yeah, they care. They lift cars.
Do you want to hear my insanely Virgo phrase? Yes. No one cleans like you'll clean. Like I always say that about like even like a housekeeper is never going to clean how I would clean my house.
Yeah, they can never do as good.
That's my Virgo version of that. Okay, so we think Cancer.
I think Cancer. Yeah, I'm
Cancer's
down. Or Aquarius, but I'm open.
Okay, so ChatGPT says that Captain Marvel is a Sagittarius. Captain Marvel's adventurous spirit, pursuit of truth and justice, and her unwavering optimism align with the characteristics of a Sagittarius. I don't know that she's endlessly optimistic.
It's weird. I don't really know if I relate to the words that they just said, but I did just go through like 3 Sagittarians who I know who look like her. And I think they would be really like, oh my gosh, I do look like her. In a Sagittarius kind of way.
Right.
But I agree with you. I don't know if she's like, I don't know.
She definitely, you know what? She travels a lot.
Yeah, but like who doesn't when you can fly?
Right, and you can go all throughout the universe. It could be said of any of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Yeah, they're all travelers. They're all well-traveled in that.
I see her more as like a Cancer who hates traveling. She just has to do it all the time. She's like, I can't wait to get home. Take off my super boots.
So we have overruled ChatGPT on every single one of these. I just want to point that out.
ChatGPT's not always right.
I guess ChatGPT hasn't watched enough Marvel movies. Is what I think. Okay. Who's next?
Next is Ant-Man. Scott Lang.
So funny.
I'm interested in this. He's a skilled thief who becomes a superhero after stealing a suit that allows him to shrink in size while increasing his strength. He also can communicate with ants and has a companion named Antony. Plays a significant role in entering the realm of quantum realm something. Yeah. Lighthearted and humorous.
So lighthearted and humorous. Okay, this is going to be a curveball, I think, I would say Ant-Man's a Scorpio. Because,
Fascinating.
well, first of all, because Paul Rudd is so sexy. No,
Mm.
because there's a lot of loyalty there, like a lot of loyalty to the Avengers. He's like really like loves being part of the gang, like will do whatever he needs to do to protect the gang, you know, even crimes if he needs to. So I don't know, I really like that he's emotionally invested in what's going on, you know, with that group. And yeah, I don't know, that's just like, that's what stood out to me. I and
I like
Scorpios are
this.
very funny, underrated comedians.
I'm open to him being a Scorpio. My instincts were like Sagittarius or Gemini because he's a shady
So,
thief.
'cause he's a
but
shady.
I
That was
also
a shady
now,
Taurus comment. That
I
was
know, I know. But I feel like even in you describing him more, I was like, you know, I don't see him being that way because he's, I don't know. He there's something about him I'm not quite pinning down. Lighthearted and humorous, but reliable and there. And I feel like that is Scorpio energy. And also
Yeah.
the distance. The Scorpio thing is, I just like supporting your idea right now, I guess. Like he is not a part of this crew. He's small and tiny as a part, a secret part of this crew, kind of like more
Yeah.
private work that he gets done.
He's like
I'm interested.
it is. You're totally.
And
I like
if
the
you put an
secret.
ant next to a Scorpio, very similar.
Very similar.
I mean, like you
Wow.
change the size a little bit.
Okay, so initial take Gemini or Sag. We're throwing Scorpio onto the table as a
Scorpio's
possibility.
fully on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You convinced me, and then I convinced more of myself.
Yeah, you sold yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing else, like, you know, he's not an Aries. He's impulsive, but he's, you know, a little sneakier. Not a Taurus, not a Cancer,
Not a
not a
Taurus thing to
Leo, not a Virgo, not a Libra. I mean,
do. He could be a Libra. I
be a
mean, I like
Libra.
the balance and size and scale.
The balance
and
of the size.
he's like both sides of the scale. He's big, he's small, he's a superhero, he's a thief. He could be
He's concerned with justice, both sides of justice, like
Yeah.
committing the crimes and writing the crimes.
and everybody loves him. It's
And
such a
everybody
Libra
loves
thing to
him.
be.
Yeah, I'm like, that's where I paused. I'm like, is he
Yeah.
a Libra?
Maybe he's Libra. I kind of like that one now.
Okay.
Libra or Scorpio. He's definitely born in fall.
Which is so funny because I'm like, those are not the same. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's a case to be made in either direction. I'm going to go with Libra, actually. I'm going to like stand there. I think I convinced myself of that.
Yeah, I like it too. What's Chat GPT?
Okay. ChatGPT says Gemini. So Ant-Man's witty personality, quick thinking, and ability to adapt to various situations are reminiscent of the traits associated often with Geminis. You thought a witty thief.
Yeah, I mean yeah. It's interesting though. This is happening on everything. We'll guess and be like, well, first this thing, but now we take it into here, and Chat GPT just goes with its gut.
Surface.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right at the surface. Okay. Well, that's
Interesting.
something to think about. Who's
Okay,
next?
next is the Hulk. Dr. Bruce Banner is a brilliant scientist who, due to exposure to gamma radiation, transforms into a giant green superhuman creature known as the Hulk. And when he gets angry, it's when he gets angry. The Hulk has incredible strength, virtually invulnerable. Banner struggles with controlling his rage, or Hulk's rage, and often sees himself as a danger to others. He's a founding member of the Avengers and a central character.
What does that sound like to you?
It sounds like a Taurus to me. like
Okay.
like an angry big beast. It sounds
angry
like
big
me
beast.
at my worst. That's kind of how
And
or like
controlling
Aries.
rage.
Yeah, rage control. And like his greatest strength is his anger, but he has to learn how to balance that.
How to modulate it.
Maybe more Aries, Eileen, because that's like where the balance of the anger needs to be taken in more. Wow, what were you thinking?
I was thinking Scorpio because he's like kind of secretive about being the Hulk. But then
Yeah.
it like kind of gets ruined in the later movies. Like it's like secrets out, everyone knows you're the Hulk.
Yeah.
But But
when
yeah,
he has to like hide away from everybody.
but also the feeling that you're true, Scorpios don't like being vulnerable. And so the sense that your greatest strength is actually a weakness and hiding that away from people. Where like Scorpios, their greatest strength is their vulnerability, their depth of like truly compassion for like the darkest bits of life, right? Like that's actually what they give us all comfort. So if they could only see that in themselves, which is a little bit of...
I see some watery energy in him. Maybe even Pisces. Like, couldn't you imagine a Pisces acting that messy?
Yes, absolutely. Just like freaking the fuck out and like destroying things.
I need to control my anger.
Yeah.
But once you do, you're able to just like really
you
benefit
get clarity.
everyone. Yeah.
That's what the anger is there to do. It's there to burn through. So
he's
yeah,
also I keep forgetting that he's like really gentle before he's the Hulk. And really like the Dr. Banner is like intelligent and smart,
Yeah. Very.
But in a soft way.
Yeah. And,
I see so many things on him. Maybe he's a Gemini because I can't place it.
Because we can't place it.
Yeah.
What did you say originally?
He also changes back and forth. I want to stick with Gemini almost because... What did I start with? Aries and Taurus. Because he's all like...
I liked Taurus, I think, the most of everything that we've...
What was it?
We've like batted around.
When he gets angry. This superhuman creature known as the Hulk when he gets angry. That to me, I read that and I was like, that sounds like a Taurus thing to do.
A bull.
Yeah. Like a bull.
I'm going to say Taurus. Do you think Gemini?
I want to say Gemini just because I can't place it, but I also still kind of lean towards Aries. I like Aries being the anger thing, and he has to learn how to control it, and I believe that every Aries needs to.
Some of them succeed better than others.
Yeah.
Okay, so ChatGPT thinks he's a Scorpio. The Hulk's intense emotions, transformative nature, and ability to regenerate are symbolic of the traits often attributed to Scorpios.
I like that. You don't?
You like it?
I decided I like it. Yeah. As soon as I heard something that was just grounded in some like ideas, I'm like, yeah, I could see Scorpio because he's private. He goes out and like hides, and even like being like green, it reminds me of like a symbol of death almost. Like I could metaphorize a lot of this. But why were you not convinced?
I don't know. I'm like, I like Taurus for it.
I do too. It's a good symbol for a mad Taurus.
You know why? I think I kind of similar to like why I like connected Captain Marvel to being a Cancer, and I think all Taurus is the dad sign for me specifically, but I just think of it as like a very dad sign. I feel safe with the Hulk, even though he's like scary, but I feel like same as Captain Marvel showing up. I'm like, oh, the Hulk's here. Like, I'm going to be safe.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo has such a soft face. Is he still playing the Hulk? Energy. He's still the Hulk, right?
Yeah, he was the Hulk. He is the Hulk. He doesn't die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone else. Wasn't Christian Bale the Hulk before the Marvel Universe came out or something like that?
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton, right.
Yeah,
similar.
Edward Norton. And then Eric Bana. Like there was several.
Right.
Yeah, there were a couple different Hulks before this Hulk.
And somehow Mark Ruffalo is the one who won all of them out. That's
won
hilarious.
Our hearts. Yeah, he's the right Hulk. So yeah, he just gives me like a very safe energy. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Taurus, but I'm fine following you into Gemini or Scorpio if that's where we want to end up.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
Next is the Scarlet Witch. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. So maybe we want to break it up into 2. I don't know.
Yeah, how many have we done so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
6.
Let's do 2 more.
Or this would be our 6. 1, 2.
Let's do 2 more. Let's do the Scarlet Witch and 1 more, and then maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff. You have to. You said that you tried watching WandaVision.
I haven't started. Maybe I'll watch WandaVision tonight.
If you do, remember that anyone who wants to watch it, I loved it. I thought it was really interesting. Just a different take on the Marvel Universe. And that's why I liked it. Because you start watching it and you're like, what the fuck is this show? Like, what is going on? I don't understand if this is even Marvel. And then as you watch, you start to fall into why. And I don't know. As a X-Men purist, I was really excited by the way they told the story.
Okay.
That's what I liked. So Wanda Maximoff, also known as the Scarlet Witch, possesses reality-altering powers. She can manipulate energy, fly, create force fields. Reality-altering powers. I just love that. It's funny. Scarlet Witch has a complex and tragic backstory, including the loss of her parents, her brother Pietro, which is Quicksilver. She struggles with controlling her powers, but her strength grows over time. How does that all sound? I think I have to just say it. Struggle controlling her powers, reality altering powers, like powers of manipulation. I think she's a Cancer.
Do you? Yeah. Right. And that's a whole in the more recent, the Doctor Strange one, the multiverse, Enter the Multiverse, or that more recent film with her. That's her whole motivation, is like, I'm going to destroy everything because of my kids.
Right. She's just a really angry biatch.
Yeah. Very like emotionally driven. And
even she loses sense of reality on her own sometimes, because she's so emotionally upset at things that have happened in her life that she's just like unaware her powers control her. It's alarming.
I mean, yes, I'm completely... Yeah, she's Cancer. I'm with you. The only other thought I had was maybe a Pisces, because of the magic component of it.
She's got like
and
sad
the
eyes
emotions,
like a Pisces.
Emotions and but there's no... Yeah, that was my only other
I could
thought.
fully see that. Yeah, we've talked about how Pisces grieve through things too. She definitely does that. She's just like, her grieving emanates from her, and that's just
and now
manipulates
we're all affected
reality
by it. Yeah.
Huh. I'm open.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what.
She's a water sign.
She's a water sign. Scarlet Witch. Pisces. So
Nice.
Scarlet Witch's deep emotions, empathy, and mystical abilities align well with the typical traits associated with the Pisces. So, okay. We kind of got one right. I mean, and it's not right.
I like how
wrong.
we're like basing it off of whether or not we're right if we agree with ChatGPT.
Yeah, I guess.
But if we don't agree, we're like, they're wrong. They lose.
They're wrong. They're dumb. Yeah. But then I'm like, oh, we aligned. We win.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Who's our last one for today? Because, I think let's break this up.
Let's do last one here on the list is Black Widow. Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, also known as Scarlett Johansson, is a highly skilled spy and assassin. She has extensive training in martial arts and espionage, making her a formidable hand-to-hand combatant. Black Widow is a master of manipulation and deception. But she ultimately joins the Avengers and fights alongside them. She's known for her intelligence, resourcefulness, and tactical abilities.
That sounds like a Virgo.
That sounds like a Virgo.
That sounds like a Virgo. She's good at a lot of things.
She's good at everything.
And she tries really hard, and she never gives up. And yeah.
You know what I like too is that it described Ant-Man as a skilled thief who becomes a hero, and like there's no hiding the thiefness in him. But with Black Widow, she has extensive training in martial arts and espionage. Like that's a Virgo writing their resume so clearly.
Spinning it.
Spinning it.
Absolutely. I have extensive training in espionage. Oh, bitch, you're a traitor?
That's the best way to say it. Yeah.
Bitch, you're a traitor.
Yeah.
And manipulation. She knows how to spin
It's
things.
interesting.
Communication. Yeah.
I was also kind of like, this is the most positive spin on like a Capricorn I've ever said out loud, but maybe they're Capricorn, or she's Capricorn. I could see her having like the tactical abilities, like able to jump and spin on mountains and parkour. Who knows? That seems to me kind of Capricorn.
So in her movie came out too. You see that, she had like a shitty upbringing. She was like trained to be a spy from a really young age. Like she has a hard time connecting and but she does always seem kind of stony, like a little bit cold. So I definitely
I see.
Yeah, which
Like
is
a
like,
stone.
is it because she's Russian? Like that's kind of hard to tell too.
Yeah. There's definitely some Eastern
there's something
Europe
going on there, but I
influences.
think I absolutely can see Capricorn. Absolutely can see it of just being like very skillful but then she also kind of like I don't know, is this just misogyny within the original Avengers films? Because I'm like, oh, she does kind of take on like a motherly role, but it's like, oh, because she's the only woman. Is that why I think that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What does ChatGPT think? I like where we were
Okay,
taking
so
it.
ChatGPT says Virgo. Black
Yeah,
Widow's attention
100%.
to detail, strategic mindset, and practicality are reminiscent of the traits often attributed to Virgos.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You surprised me with that one, and I fully agree. And you're right about everything because you're a Virgo.
We'll end it there.
Yeah.